G'day, Mick here from Zegrills Australia. If you want to put a seal around your lid, it is very, very simple. It doesn't actually help that much with increasing the amount of smoke you get in your food, but it does sound a lot better when you shut the lid. And it's just a simple thing you can do if you want to. Again, it's not provided as standard on the product, it's not that necessary, but I've done it on my 700E and I quite like it. So let's have a look at how we do it. The first thing to make sure is it's clean. Now this is a 700 2B that I've never actually used other than a quick burning, so it's already clean. But if you were going to clean it, use something like alcohol. Don't use terps, it'll destroy the paint. A little bit of alcohol, just around the edges. Make sure it's going to stick nicely. Now just using Scandia, wood heater, 2-meter seal kit, glass seal, 20mm, flat, not the bead. This is the perfect length for the 700 size grill like this. You have to stretch it just a little bit to get it the full way around. So we're going to do 2 across the bottom and then on the side here between those top and bottom runs. Let's start at the bottom. We'll measure it up and stretch a little bit. I'm going to cut it right there with a knife. Don't breathe this stuff in, it is glass. Don't peel it all off at once, just bit by bit. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit long, so we'll trim the end off that. It's because if you pull it, it'll stretch a little bit. Okay, let's push that down. This one's a little bit short, so I probably got to stretch it a little bit more. Not too bad though. Not too bad. Little tiny gaps there, but that's fine. Now what you'll find with the 700 series is that we may have to add some washers underneath the rear bracket. So let's just try this first. Okay, so you'll feel it's not actually able to sit right down. It's stuck at the back here because that back lip is too tight. So what we'll do is we'll flip this around and we'll add some washers in underneath the brackets here so that it sits nicely. Okay, so I have the perfect size washers for this, but all you need to do is have a small flat washer. It doesn't have to be too thick. We'll undo these 2 screws. And all we're going to do is just drop some washers in underneath. We're just going to lift this bracket up, one on top, do one at a time, and put the screw back. Just going to lift it up enough so that it sits better on top of that thicker seal that we have there now. Same thing with the other one. So once these are loose, the lid's going to fall forward. So just maybe push it forward with your hips. Put your hips into it to hold it in place while you do these screws back up. Okay, now it's sitting down nicely. Okay, so now we are sitting perfectly, top and bottom, enough space there so it's sitting down and sealing at the bottom as well. So that is job done.